Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Crablord back again. Another video. Today we're gonna be doing how to sound like Lil Tecca in the song Ransom. Now, I haven't heard of him until yesterday when Cole Bennett posted the music video, and I believe it's one of the catchiest songs I've heard this year, so I figured I had to do it. I had to try it out and see what I can do. So anyway, before we get in the video, make sure to subscribe if you're not already subscribed, notification bell as well, so you never miss a video that I post. And it's pretty good that this video is gonna be on time. Also, make sure to check out my description down below. I got a lot of sweet things on there, including preset packs, which new ones are gonna be coming out tomorrow. It's got all my equipment, got social media, got a DistroKid link to get 5% off your sign up. And then I also got all my music, which is old. Anyway, Lil Tecca, Ransom. Let's get in the video. Alright, so as you can see, this is what I have here. Seems like the video may be long because there's 3 tracks, but to be honest, the first vocal is all that matters. The second 2 are just a duplicate with 1 added plugin, and I'll go over that during the video, so let's do it. So like I always do, I'm gonna delete it and record it fresh right now. And shout out to Ivan, the producer, for creating this instrumental. The link is in the description. I have black and I also have white. I got black, I got white, what you want? Hop outside, I go soon, hop up in a fan on. I know I'm about to blow, whoa, whoa, I ain't done. They try to take my flow, I take their ass for ransom. I know that I'm gone, see me blowing up, then they say they want a song. I got 2 twin Glocks, turned into a dancer. I see 2 twin ops, leave them on a banner. I got 2 thick dots, wanna lit a gang, yeah. Now if you like that vocal, this is how we're gonna get it. Anyway, let's start off with a dry track. Oh my gosh, I sound so dry. Alright, so we're talking dry right now, and we want to pay attention to this Tecca vocal right here. What I'm gonna do is just bring it over from here to the dry track I'm talking on. First, we got pitch correction because that's essential, and I know it's repetitive, I always do it, but it is essential and you need it if you want your song to sound near perfect pitch. So what you really need to know is that this song I found natural minor scale G. Now you're not going to be using that unless you're doing this song or another song with that, or if your song's natural minor scale G. Basically, what you need to know is the response time's at 20. It can really be anything you want. It all depends on yourself. But pitch correction, just know that it is very important, and it's a staple in all the vocal tracks. Next, we have a noise gate. There's a lot of background noise where I record, always, so nothing I do is ever perfect. The noise gate helps with that to cut out the sounds in between my words. So where you would find that is dynamics, noise gate, mono. When you're inside of it, I've already talked about doing this. All you gotta do is click the top, go to factory or whatever it says for you, tighten up. Once you go to tighten up, this is gonna say -30. You wanna change it to -40. Now let me show you that right now. Factory, tighten up, -30, make it 40, okay? And that's all you gotta do, because -30 is a little too intense. It'll mess up your words. Next, we have the first compressor. I'm gonna leave this off. Dynamics, compressor, mono, very important. I start with them first before the EQ. Studio FET is the one I clicked on, and I wanted a small compression. You want to get the needle to stick at -2.5, in which I have it now. And to do that, turn off auto gain. You don't want that. Threshold's at -8. Ratio is at 2.5 to 1. Makeup's at 1 dB. Attacks at 15. Releases at 210 or around 200. The mix is 100% and there's no distortion. That is your first compressor. Next, we're going to clean it up with the channel EQ. When I was listening to the song, the vocal was a very thinly mixed vocal, I could say. Low frequencies are taken out, high are boosted. So before I go into it, what you can do if you don't want to hear me talk is screenshot the bottom settings, and you can copy them exactly to yours, and they will make this exact slope. Like, you can just double click and type it in. But my reasoning for this is how I did it. Started with the red and I brought it to 150 hertz. Next, you want to take the orange, bring the orange to around 200 and just drop it down -5. You pull out to around 200, drop it 5, makes a little shelf and brings more low out. Didn't do anything to yellow. This green one right here, 500 hertz, I hate it, so I dropped it -8 dB. Make sure the width was a little thinner, around 2.10. Don't know what that measurement is, but I know that it means it's thin. Next, we got this one, dropped under the 1K area, 0.17 on the width and -3.5. And then for the blue, we brought it over 5K plus 2.5 dB, around 0.8 width. And then at the 10K to 20K, we dropped it -2 with a 1 width to keep the harsh sounds out. Next, we have a compressor. The second one, having 2 is nice because it doesn't make one do all the work. And I read that in an article, so I'm not making that up myself. Dynamics, compressor, mono. Now, I'm not exactly sure which one of these to pick. I just like to pick the ones that I prefer, if that makes any sense. Studio VCA is the one I picked. This one to me is the cleanest sounding compressor. For this one, we want it to be a little larger, so like a -5 reduction. So threshold's at -32, ratio is 2.1 to 1, makeup's at 0, auto gain's off, make sure that's off. Attacks at 20, releases at 190 or 200, whatever you want. I'm sure a 10 millisecond change isn't going to mess anything up. No distortion, mix is 100%, nothing else is there. And then we have a multipressor. Multipressor is found in dynamics, multipressor, stereo. When you have a multipressor, first you want to get the spacing done. So 200 hertz for the 1, 2200 for the 2, as you can see right here. And then for the 3, 1000, then the 4 is just where it is. For the 1, we took it all the way down to -20. For the 2, we dropped to -1. 3 brought it up 1.5. And then for the 4, we put it up 4. And then the output volume is 5. And lastly, we have an auto filter. I never use one of these, and it kind of makes it cleaner sounding. Sounds pretty cool. Filter, auto filter, mono stereo. We didn't pick anything special. All we did was make a 90% cutoff with a 20% resonance. Also with a 20% fatness, 0.5% spread. And I don't know if I made this 50%, but it's at 50%. And that is it. That's your auto filter. Now with that, we need the buses. Bus 1 is going to have an expander. I don't know how much it really does. So bus 1 right here, we have an expander. Expander's in dynamics, expander, stereo. I wanted the vocal to be wider. This might not have done anything. In my mind, I think it has done something. Dynamics, expander, stereo. Click that thing, and what we're gonna do is go into more punch. Punch as in like hard hitting, not like a bowl with juice in it. More punch. I didn't change any of this because this looks foreign to me and I've never used it. There we go. And then the bus 1 settings at -10. Ah, okay. The second one's for the reverb. There wasn't much reverb in the song, but reverb is very important. The one I got in bus 2 right here, reverb, space designer, stereo. Go in it. We're in a large space plate, 2.2 second stage plate. The large spaces seem to have a wider, nice sounding reverb as opposed to a smaller upfront, kind of distorts your vocal. -10 wet, muted dry, that's all I did. And then we have it set to -22. 22. It's a very subtle reverb. Okay, now we're gonna do the backups. So the backups are basically a variation of the lead, as you can see these two. Okay, I'm talking on it right now. All that was added was a sample delay for the main backup. So what you wanna do is go delay, sample delay, stereo. When you're in it, delay right 768. Between 700 and 800. And that is your backup. The bus settings is -10 for the 1, and -2 is -22, just like this one. What that does is give an accent to the vocal and make it sound wider and more full, so it's not very thin and just sounds stupid. And then for this one, which is the punchy vocal, all I did was change the multipressor, and I made it -10 at the 1, 3 is boosted 2.5, 4 is boosted 4, and 2 has no boost to it. Only difference, and then added a tape delay to give a cool delay sound for the punchy vocal. You want to go to delay, tape delay, stereo. When you're inside of it, I can't really tell you what half notes and fourth notes and what one to pick, but what I can say is the dry is 85, wet's 20. This all depends on the tempo of your song. Also low cut 200 and high cut 42. We don't like the frequencies below 200, and 4000 is a nice breaking point for the high frequencies. And then for the bus 1 and 2, bus 1 set at 0 instead of -10, and bus 2 set at -11 to give more reverb. As you can hear, I'm talking, it's a little quieter, a little different. So, expander, space designer, bus 1 and 2, the 2 backup tracks. And that is all you need to know to get that vocal chain. Now we're gonna freestyle and show off the effect, or vocal, whatever you wanna call it, and just make up some stuff and have fun, so here we go. Hey, got a broken fingernail on my thumb. I just bite them off cause then they're getting too long. Don't know what to say cause I'm a rapping with no head. What am I even saying, man, I'm rapping with a head. Got a skull up on my shirt, spitfire shit, man, doing all the worst. I just had a cat meow, that's reimbursed. Old MacDonald had a damn farm. Cows, chickens, pigs, and chickens go alarm. Do you wanna come to my farm with me? You can pick some wheat, you can grow some trees, man. So sad every day, no, I'm just kidding on you, I was lying about everything I just said. Well, that's about it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed that as well as learned something as well. If you didn't, I'm sorry and I'm sad. Anyway, drop a like on that video, leave a comment down below, tell me what you think and what I should do next. Like I said before, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and the notification bell. My description's chock full of sweet things like preset packs, which will be released new today or tomorrow. Check the store links in the description. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. This has been a crowd lord, how to sound like Lil Tecca in Ransom in Logic Pro 10 using only stock plugins. And like always, we out.